Somebody's gonna get angry at the sound of violence.
How you doing? My name is Farrah. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Farrah?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us today. It's very nice.
This is great.
Pardon?
This is great.
Ah, cool. So how's the weather in La La Land, where you are?
I'm not in La La Land. I'm in San Francisco. La La Land is like down south, far away.
I'm not sure if I understand the difference, but that's okay. Okay, so we have the show Rant Puppets, and just in case some of the people who watch the show don't know who you are, why don't you tell those people a bit about who you are?
Who am I? I am a scientist, neurophysiologist. I studied bird brains in school. I decided it was important to learn a lot about how birds navigate their environment, how their brain changes, and how that goes along with behavior. And now I host This Week in Science, which is a science radio show, and Dr. Kiki's Science Hour, which is an online video science program. And I'm also contributing to a program called Brink on the Science Channel.
Oh, it's very cool. So you don't really like the concept of spare time, do you?
No, not
I
very
like having time
familiar.
to lay on the couch and just sort of think about things. But you're out doing things. That's just, I guess that's the difference.
I'm not talking about science. It's good. It's good.
I am a big science fan. You talk about birds. I was reading about the rook thing, the test with the rook and the tool use that they did the other day. That was pretty awesome. Now, my question to you about that is very simple. If I were to trick a bunch of rooks to come into my house with like a Cheeto or something, are they smart enough that I could turn them into like an army of birds to do my bidding and maybe grab my arms and sort of fly me around the city like, row, row? Could I do that? Or would they be too smart?
They're too smart, actually.
Because that would be a problem.
I haven't worked with rooks exactly, but I have worked with yellow-billed magpies, and they're in the same family of birds, the corvid family. And magpies, we tried to get them to do a food caching experiment. So food caching is this behavior where birds hide food in the fall so that they can survive on it over the winter and then have lots of food and energy to make babies in the spring. And
too. I have Doritos somewhere in the lawn, but my problem is I lost the map. And my nose, I don't have a nose, so I can't go find the Doritos. I'm starving. I don't like eating pine trees.
See, rooks and magpies, these birds might have a better memory than you. But we tried to get these magpies to do what we wanted them to do. We actually wanted them to find food only when we gave them food. And so we ended up, because they store everything, we ended up grinding up their food into a little powder so that there wasn't any solid object for them to hide. So, like, imagine taking your Doritos and, like, smashing them all up into little crumbs and then trying to hide them someplace. I mean, it would be a mess, right?
I hide them in my mouth at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what these...
Are you there still?
And then they would, in their throat, they have a crop. And in the crop, they would smash it all into a solid mass of food. And then they'd spit it out and hide it somewhere. So even when we didn't want them to hide food, they hid it anyway. These birds are too smart.
I have to tell you, that kind of freaks me out a little bit, actually. It scares me slightly. Dr. Kiki, I'm scared. These birds are too smart and they're over my head. You know, one time I saw a squirrel climbing a tree and it had like a pork chop bone in its mouth. That scared the crap out of me because they're everywhere and they could drop on you in a heartbeat. I'm not even making that up.
Pork chop bones flying from the sky.
Well, I'm more concerned with the teeth. I mean, have you seen the teeth and the nails on a squirrel? They're like bigger than my ego or something. It's crazy.
Big fangs. They've got big fangs.
Big. It is. It's crazy. Now you're big on like critical thinking and stuff. That's like one of your things, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think it's important. Pardon? Sorry, I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
I keep cutting you off.
I'm just very excited. Very exciting. Yes.
Yeah, critical thinking is very important.
Yes.
It's good for you.
Yes, I have a question sort of in that vein. Okay, I got a crystal. It's upstairs. I got it from a Reiki practitioner. He said my chi was misaligned because my foot was hurting, and so I've been using it according to the instructions for like 3 weeks, right? And my foot still hurts, and I don't understand that. And my question is, why would that not work when the white tiger repellent rock I bought from him totally works? Because I have not been attacked by a tiger since I bought it. So why would one not work and one work from this Dr. Marky Mark I bought it from? I just don't understand. Maybe you can help me.
Had you ever been attacked by a tiger before? Ooh, there I went black. And I'm back.
But you're back. Okay.
I'm back. Hello. Have you ever been, before you bought that tiger repellent crystal, had you ever been attacked by a tiger before?
You know, I've never thought about it. Do video game attacks by animals count?
I don't think so.
Huh. You know, it's part of the problem here is I kind of hallucinate sometimes for completely illegal reasons. So I'm not entirely sure, actually. Yeah, it's a little, I'm not quite sure.
Not quite sure. Well, most people don't live in a place where they're likely to be attacked by tigers. So the probability of you being attacked by a tiger, except a hallucinatory tiger, is very low.
Or a
very,
video
very
game
low.
tiger. They
Yeah,
generally have like missiles
Yeah.
or like flamethrowers or something like bah, bah, rawr, and they'll get me that way. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Yeah,
that still
so-
doesn't explain the crystal.
The crystal probably is just a pretty crystal. It doesn't really have
That's okay.
tiger repel. It's pretty. I mean, you can look at it and appreciate how pretty it is. But in terms of fixing your foot, you might want to go see a foot doctor.
Huh. I don't know if I trust doctors. They give me pills and not crystals I stick under my pillow.
Yeah, why does your foot hurt? Well, how did it start
I
hurting?
don't
What
know,
did you
there's like a little white bump sticking out of it. I don't know. It hurts. But,
Yeah.
I think I'll try it for a couple
That might
weeks.
that might be a bone. Go to a doctor.
Maybe. It does hurt an awful lot when I jump on it. That is okay.
Broken foot syndrome.
Yes. So, what do you think of the Dr. Noonien Singh, the chiropractor thing that's going on right now? Noonien is his first name. He's the futuristic scientist guy who's trying to get rid of chiropractic. Is that right? I think I may be getting some of the details wrong.
I don't know what you're talking
Singh.
about.
I think his last name is Singh. Oh wait, I'm thinking of Star Trek, not Khan. Singh. There was like a lawsuit or something. He just lost it. He's what is that? I'm sorry. I'm so too many Doritos.
Too many Doritos.
Yes. They were
So
talking.
somebody's trying to get rid of chiropractic?
No, he called them like bogus or something. There was like a lawsuit about in Britain. I think it was Britain. They were talking. There was like a lawsuit because in a paper or something he said that chiropractic was bogus.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It feels nice when you get your spine cracked, you know?
Yes,
it's like,
it does.
pop, and all of a sudden you're like, that felt good, you know? You can crack your own back, and sometimes it feels great. But you got some hair going
I
crazy.
know. I can't do a thing with it, Doctor. I tell you what, I can't do a thing with it.
It's headbang, maybe.
Well, it's good for that. Yeah.
Headbanging.
But,
Which is probably not good for your neck and will probably end up sending you to a chiropractor. But
that's good, right?
Yeah, there are some things that chiropractic, it's suggested that it might be good for releasing or relieving back pain, but there are all these other claims that are made about like making your stomach feel better, getting rid of nausea, you know, like all just making your feet happy. I don't know. There are all sorts of claims about chiropractic that really it's like there's no proof. No proof.
I tell you, the one thing there's a lot of proof of is that it gets rid of the money in my wallet. That's like
Exactly.
$30 for 2 minutes. It's like I'm gonna punch you and you're gonna give me money. It's like I'm back at grade school or something and being beaten up. Except that I'm going in there willingly, which is I don't understand. But I don't go that much. I heard that they can hurt your neck. Is that
They
true?
can hurt your neck actually, and there have been there are a lot of very delicate veins, arteries, muscles, nerves that run through your neck, and when you play with that area, you are playing with fire. It can be very dangerous. But I mean, part of what probably the guy with the lawsuit trying to get rid of chiropractic, I mean, basically he's getting at the idea that these people are making really incredible claims, you know, these
Yeah.
out there claims, but they're not providing the evidence that's equally incredible to support it. You know,
Right.
so you really need to have that. If you're making incredible claims, you need incredible evidence.
Well,
You
why
have
do
to.
we need evidence? I mean, I read some people on these forums I go to, like a mind, energy, body forum, and they just think that, and it's kind of a compelling argument, I have to say, where they just, because a lot of people believe it, that's empirical, that's the word, empirical, that's a word, right?
Empirical,
Empirical evidence.
anecdotal.
Yeah, that's what they say, the plural of anecdote is evidence, isn't that right?
No.
I think we're getting our
No.
information from different sources, Dr. Kiki.
I think we might
What
be.
school did you go to again? Because I went to the school of Xbox 360 most of the days.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
That would
but
be a fast-paced school.
it's
Lots of
there's a lot of respawning until you get very good, and then you
A
just kill a
A
lot of
B
people.
B A, up,
Yes,
down, right, left.
yes,
Yes.
yes. It's very fun. I don't know if it. I mean, people can't do that, right? Like scientists, I assume, are working on like a respawn technology for people, but we can't. When we die, we can't just hit like a space bar yet, right, and come back.
Nope. Nope. Not yet. There's no like extra lives. None of that. Not yet, anyway. Maybe someday, though. I mean, I'm kind of excited about the idea of understanding the brain well enough to one day have technology that could possibly allow us to download the contents of our brain into a computer.
Is there a timetable for that? Did you know of? Like, should I be in
I,
line to buy one of them now?
yeah, I don't know. Ray Kurzweil, he said he thinks it's going to be like in the next 50 years. I think
Yeah,
he's
PC Myers
yeah.
doesn't really think that there's much to that argument, quite frankly. He thinks he's cherry picking. I just
Yeah.
said a lot of things I don't understand. Wow, that's crazy. I don't know where that came from. You know who
Cherry
PC Myers
picking.
is?
I do know PZ Myers, not personally. I know of him. He's a great scientist. He critical thinker, promoter of evolution and skepticism.
And
Yeah,
he likes crackers. I know that he likes crackers and
really.
octopuses, or octopi.
Octopuses. You were right the first time.
I was? Oh
You
man,
were.
this
You're
is like
right.
the first time in a while that I've been right the first time.
I've
That's
heard
crazy.
some. What's the other one? Octopodes.
Octopodi? I don't think I've heard. That
Octopodes.
sounds like something that you would like grind up and then maybe smoke or something. Like, come on, give me some octopodi. I've got to kiss the sky. Yeah, you know, that's what that sounds like. Is there a trademark? I wonder if there's a trademark on the name. I mean, not that I would have any, of
I
course,
don't
any
know.
need for that kind of a name for a product like that. But if I did, I could maybe make a little logo and put it on the papers. Good thing I'm recording this. This is great. I don't remember most of what I say, but now I can remember what I'm saying. This is
Because you
good.
listen to it later.
Yes!
Yes.
And I will
Yes.
have no idea that I said this. I will be so surprised by either my smarts or my lack of my smarts. Yes. I hope you
Great.
don't giggle
You're
this
always
much
surprised.
when you're talking real science to people. You're giggling a lot.
I
Are
know
you serious?
I am. I
When you
should
have
be
your
more
lab coat on?
serious. No, I've got it over here though. It's like back over
No, but I mean,
here.
when you have it on, are you...
Much more.
You put
much
your
more
giggles
serious.
away? Okay.
Yeah, I
That's
put them away.
That's probably good for the impression of the scientist, I would imagine.
Sometimes scientists laugh too.
Yes. Well, especially if you're like showing like laughing gas or something. I would presume, because that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Or when you go to the dentist,
Yeah,
the laughing gas.
I don't laugh. I just try not to weep too much.
No.
I don't like the needles, Dr. Kiki. They scare me a
I
bit.
don't like the needles either. You could take a Xanax.
Why do they insist on stabbing me in the face? And they're like, "Oh, just calm down. It's a needle, dude." And they're like, "No, you're stabbing me in the face. That's just wrong." And I'm
It is.
paying them for some reason. Why am I paying them to stab me? I could do that
And
myself
they're
for free.
And they're laughing the whole time too because of the laughing gas. So you've got this dentist stabbing you in the face, laughing, and it's not funny.
It's a nightmare. It's a horrible, horrible situation.
Horrible.
Yes, it is, very much. So you have the new show you have, where is that being done? The Dr. Kiki's Science Hour?
Yeah, the Dr. Kiki Science Hour is on the Twit network. Bunch of twits. Twit, it's, what is it, live.twit.tv. It's with Leo Laporte, who used to be with Tech TV, and the Twit Network is his own.
We know
And
Leo.
you
Yeah,
know Leo?
we
He's
know Leo. There's a Leo. There's a little Leo like me on his shelf somewhere.
I'll have to go look for. I'll have to
Yes.
go look for it. He's great. He really wanted to have a show where we could talk about science and critical thinking and dig deep into some really interesting scientific topics. So tomorrow we're going to talk about it's on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific time on live.twit.tv, and tomorrow we're talking about producing pharmaceuticals in plants. So using genetic modification to have plants grow your drugs.
Oh, neat. So does that mean that like my plant could actually be like I could smoke my dealer? Is that basically what you're getting at? Because
Kind of, no.
that would simplify some problems I'm having. Quite frankly, I mean, not that I have a dealer, but I mean, if I had a dealer, that would make things easier.
Yeah, it's kind of the idea of producing aspirin by growing it in a bunch of plants, and then you break down the plants and you isolate the aspirin from the plants. But this is pharmaceuticals, so using all sorts of different, maybe producing all sorts of different drugs for heart disease, drugs for neurodegenerative disorders, lots of drugs.
Okay, so then when you've made the drugs, then you take a very tiny amount, just a little tiny amount, and you put it in a big amount of water, and it makes it super potent, right?
No, that doesn't work.
Are you sure? Because I had a headache, and then I took one of those, I believe it's a homeopathy, and then like a couple hours later, my headache was gone almost.
A couple of hours later,
How do you explain that with your big science, Dr. Kiki? I took it.
But it took a couple of hours for it to almost go away. It didn't go away completely. I think that's just your headache going away on its own. And maybe because you drank water, it helped to hydrate you and to help your headache go away.
Well, I guess it would be a mystery for the ages.
The whole idea behind homeopathy with the little teeny tiny amount, I mean, it's not just like a little amount, it's like a little amount, like one part in a billion parts of water. I mean, so small that you can't even detect it with the most sensitive instruments. And the idea is that somehow this little tiny amount gives some new property to water. But you're really just drinking water. And water's good for you. We're mostly made of water, so drinking water has all sorts of beneficial effects, like helping to hydrate you, allow nerve function, your blood to flow, your liver to function, your kidneys to work. Your body needs water.
Right.
So,
well, I kind of like the idea that it works, because that means when I take a glass of water, I'm like sipping on a dinosaur or something. That's so awesome. That concept is so great. It would be so neat if that were true. So I just prefer to believe that maybe, at least as far as the dinosaur part.
Maybe the dinosaur part. I mean, if you take it to some further extents, I mean, maybe you're also like drinking some. I don't know. So who's your favorite celebrity who does drugs?
Oh gosh. That you are not narrowing the field of favorite people, Dr. Kiki. Let's say, I guess because of my hair, let's just say Kurt Cobain.
All right, so maybe when you drink water, you are drinking water that has a little bit of cocaine or heroin that was done by Kurt Cobain.
Oh man, that's so awesome, and I'm getting it for free.
And you're getting it for free.
Yes,
that's right.
That is really awesome. Science is freaking awesome.
I know, it's awesome.
Yes, that is fantastic. Well, look, Dr. Kiki, I know you're very busy, so we will let you go, but thank you so much for
You're
talking
welcome.
to us. I had a blast. I hope you had a good time. I hope your
This has been
giggling
so much
gets under
fun.
control.
I know, I've got a giggle problem.
Yes, just get it out. Just let it out. Just let it out.
Zip it.
Yes. But,
You're very fun to talk to. That's where the
thank you.
giggling comes from.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you very
welcome.
much. Well, you have a very fantastic day, Dr. Kiki, and stay sciencey.
I will. You stay critical thinking-y.
I will do my very best.
And
Thank you.
do something with that hair.
But it's so beautiful. I
It
can't
is.
bear to cut it. It's like it's just, it gets in my face, but that's because I'm sort of leaning forward for the camera.
Yeah, maybe we can like throw our hair around together sometime.
We're doing that right now. This is pretty
Oh,
awesome.
that's pretty
We're
awesome.
doing each other's hair just about. Ha! That's awesome. Okay, well,
All right.
thank you very much. You have a great day, Dr. Kiki.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Somebody's gonna get angry at the sound of violins with all the clicks and clacks. Well, that's all you'd ever hear.